Okay. Give me 1 second. Betty, go ahead, Betty.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Okay, everyone, turn on your webcam if you could. Thank you. Okay, Betty, go ahead.
The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle one for Dharma and 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom that thus comes one true and actual meaning.
Okay, what I'm going to do is we will continue on the Ashoka story. And when we're done with the story, you will also, you will also see the movie about his story. And after that, I also help you to learn about, what is it? Okay, about the eight concepts that relate to the to the remorse. Okay, and also relate to when he want to help him to become the good person from the bad person to the good person, how the mind work for that kind of person. Okay, I will help you to understand that as well through the eight concepts, and also using the Buddhist psychology model to help you understand how the mind of the evil person as well as the after the and after he converted into the good person, how all these things work for that model. Okay. So we will learn all these things here. Yeah. It's a lot of things to learn, but you have to be very patient. Okay, so who can help me to summarize the story that we have learned this thing so far that week up to now? Who want to volunteer? Christina, Phil, you want to do it?
I don't remember a lot, but I can try.
Okay, try it. I will fill in what the missing.
Yeah. So there was this king who was kind of violent because he made a hell.
Ashoka, what king? Ashoka here.
Oh, his name was Ashoka, and he was kind of violent and destructive because he made a hell to give consequences to the people who did him wrong. And he was trying to take over a lot of land, but after one of the wars he went outside after his victory, and he saw how many people died and what happened to all the buildings and the cities, and he thought that he he finally saw the consequences of war. So what he did was he studied under some teachers. I forgot their names, but
The Buddhist Guru. Okay, the Buddhist Guru, that means a monk, right? The
yeah.
name is, you don't have to remember the name, it's okay. The name is Radhaswami and Mansuri. That is the Buddhist Guru.
Oh, he studied under Radhaswami and Manjushri, and he was trying to study and be more spiritual in Buddhism. And what he did was, instead of becoming so violent like how he was, he tried to work on his Buddhism and be a better ruler to his people. And where we stopped off and where we stopped was the story was talking about how he has a group of close ministers that he makes decisions and create rules with. And yeah, that's all I remember.
Oh, wow, you remember a lot. That's really good. Sophia, do you want help to fill in what she missed?
I kind of forgot a lot of it too.
Okay, let me do it. Let me do it. Actually, it's not easy. Okay, Ashoka, okay, his father, that means the king, name, let me see, his name is, let me make sure, Bindu, Sarah. So, and he was one of his mother was one of the king wife, right? And he was in the low position because due to the politics. That's why the mom become the low position in the royal family. But it's okay. And that means the king did not value him, did not favor him. But because he very good at the weaponry, right? Skill, and um, and that's why impress the king. So every time wherever the problem, the area have the problem, right? The king call Ashoka to deal with it and to take care, to handle that situation, and he become very famous and become favorable of the king more favorable to him. Um, and that's why make the eldest brother Sushima Chelsea, right, to the Ahsoka because he afraid that Ahsoka can become the king, right? That means he did not want Ahsoka to be favored by the king. Therefore, he tried to convince the king to okay, hold on. Okay. He tried to convince the king, right? He tried to convince the king that to put Ashoka in the danger situation wherever the province have the uprising or the violence. That means Tsushima convince the king to put Ashoka in those areas so he will be in danger, right? But you know what? Due to his good skill and a lot of people admire him. And you know what? Sometimes he went to one of the province like uh, um, province like Kasachila. That when the citizen of that province saw him, they open arms with welcome, right? Therefore, no, the uprising came to an end without any fight. That make him become more popular, and that make the Tsushima become more insecure, right? Insecure. So, um, and you know what? After when the king Susim, when the king Bindu Sara on the deathbed, right? That means he wants Sushima to become the king. But you know what? The minister did not like Sushima due to his bad nature, right? Because he have no talent. That's why. After the king died, right? The minister promote the Ashoka to become the king, and therefore he went out and he killed all of his half brother, right? And spare his youngest brother. That's why he's very bad. And you know what? He conquered the entire India continent, and also go to the Middle East nowadays. And you know, wherever he fight, right? He won the war with the brutal violence, very brutal. He become very bad. And one of the war, the last battle of the war were the Kalinga were the last battle. I think the last battle is Kalinga. Where are you? Kalinga. Anyway, Kalinga were the last battle, right? Oh, here, Kalinga. And you know what? Yes, he won the battle, but you know what? After that, he went out and he witnessed himself a lot of almost everything destruction, right? That is the consequence of the war. He saw a lot of corpse, that means the human body, the dead human body, and a lot of burning house, and the whole city, all the city is destroyed, and 1,000 people were killed. Oh, it's terrible. And you know what? Due to this, he witnessed his own brutal action, right? Therefore, he feel very bad. He feel very remorse and about his past action. And you know, he make a vow never have practiced any violence again and devote himself to Buddhism because he already exposed to the Buddhism, right? And you know what? And after he took over the entire continent, he promote Buddhism to become the national religion, right? And he promote uh, uh, using the Buddha teaching, he tried to provide the most comfortable and enjoyable environment to our citizens. And you know what? He also equally give the equal right to our religion, not only Buddhism. So our religion in India at that time equally practice. They have the equal right. So even though he favored Buddhism, but he respects all religion, and that's why a lot of people love him so much. He want to become the perfect king in the good model under the Buddhist teaching. So that's the whole idea. This is where I come from. All right, that's good. Let me stop right here. I think we also so he have a lot of trusted minister and help him to establish the good policy throughout many regions, right? Throughout many province for to benefit the citizen. That and you know what? At that time, he also have the good health care for the people as well the financial assistance for the people who need help. He did a lot of good things for the public. Okay, now I think we done here. Okay, we go to this one right here. Let's do this. Sylvia, go ahead and read this one.
Although Ashoka built his empire on the principles of nonviolence, he followed the instructions outlined in the Shira for the characters of the perfect king. He introduced legal reforms like Danda Samahara and Vaivahara Samahara, clearly pointing out to his subjects the way of life that is to be led by them. The overall judicial and administration were overseen by amatyas or civil servants whose functions were clearly delineated by the emperor.
Okay, good stuff right here. The subject in here is the citizen. Okay, this is what he calls subject. Subject that means refer to the citizen. Okay. Um, can you summarize what's going on here, Sophia?
He built his empire through principles of nonviolence, and he followed the outline in the art shastra for to being the perfect king, and he reformed things.
Okay, that's okay. So basically, he based on the Buddha teaching for the non-violent and follow the instruction. The Artha Satra, that is one of the Buddha teaching related to the character for the perfect king. Okay, the perfect king. So he want to become the perfect king by to benefit the citizen, the people. Yeah, that's good. All right. Let me see. Arian, you go ahead and read this one.
The Akshapatalayaksha was in charge of currency and accounts of the entire administration. The Akaradyaksha was in charge of mining and other metallurgical endeavors. The Sokadyaksha was in charge of collecting the taxes, and Penyadyaksha was controller of commerce. The Sitadyaksha was in charge of agriculture. The emperor employed a network of spies who offered him tactical advantages in diplomatic matters. The administration conducted regular census along with other information as keys and
Caste,
occupation.
caste, and occupation. Okay, can you summarize? Tell me what is that?
Um, uh, um,
You know who are this one? Or the name right here?
no, not really.
I think it's the minister of the king. That means that they are the close one to the king, right? Help him to manage all this thing here. One is manage the currency. You know what is the currency?
Money?
Yeah, the money, right? Uh, and the other one is manage in charge of the mining and all the metallurgical mining. I think it relates to the mining. That means gold and or whatever the underground. I think that's what it relates to. The natural resource, basically the natural resource. And this one in charge collecting the tax, right? And this one is in charge the controller of commerce. You know what commerce means, Arian?
Like, uh, like,
Trading,
yes.
right? Trading. So basically trading, selling, and buying. Okay, that relate to that. And agriculture, this is relate for the farming. Okay, how to minister. I mean, how to have the water system for the farming. This is related to agriculture. Um, okay, and you know what? This is how he managed his country. That means he managed the minister, and the minister will manage the small province, and the small province will also have the other small leader, and so they are the network of network. Okay, okay, that's good. All right, let me see. Uh, let me read the top one.
Ashoka made Buddhism the state religion around 260 BC. He was perhaps the first emperor in history of India who tried to establish a Buddhist polity by implementing the Dasaraja Dharma, or the 10 steps outlined by Lord Buddha himself as the duty of a perfect ruler. They are enumerated as 1. To be liberal and avoid selfishness. 2. To maintain a high moral character. 3. To be prepared to sacrifice one's own pleasure for the well-being of the subjects. 4. To be honest and maintain absolute integrity. 5. To be kind and gentle. 6. To lead a simple life for the subjects to emulate. 7. To be free from hatred of any kind. 8. To exercise nonviolence. 9. To practice patience.
And then to okay. What happened? Number 9, practice patience. Number 10, to respect the public opinion, to promote peace and harmony. Okay, oh, today you have a very good quality of voice. That's good. Thank you for that. I think you fixed something. That's good. Can you summarize this for me, Demi?
I'm not really sure how to summarize it.
Okay, all right. So basically, you know what? He want to be can become the perfect ruler, right? So based on the Buddha teaching, lower Buddha, that means the based on the Buddha teaching, that means the 10 precepts or the Dasa Raja Dhamma. This is the 10. This is the Dasa Raja Dhamma. So this is the 10 precepts of the Dasa Dhamma. Okay, the first one is to be literal and avoid selfishness. That means to be more generous and avoid selfishness, right? Don't be selfish. To maintain a high moral character. That means to be good, right? In character. To be prepared to sacrifice one's own pleasure for the well-being of the subject. Subject, that means the citizen, the people. That means the one. That means that means the king, right? Himself. This is for the king. That means the king should do all these things. That means the king should be ready to sacrifice his own pleasure for the well-being of the citizen. And to be honest and maintain absolute integrity. This is the most important, to be honest and maintain this integrity. To be kind and gentle, um, to lead a simple life for the subject and emulate. That means he should become a role model for the people. To be free from hatred of any kind. That means the perfect king, ruler, should not have any kind of hatred toward the subject. Okay, that. To exercise the non-violence, that means totally no violence. To practice patience and to respect the public opinion and to promote peace and harmony. That means he should listen to the people, right? To the public and to get the feedback. And so that's how he can be able to provide the best quality to the society. That's important. Um, so it's not easy, but from the very terrible king into this become the perfect king. This is the this he put down this thing for himself, not for other people, for the king. This is for him, for the Ashoka. He the one that lay out this foundation for himself. Not many people in this world. I mean, I'm talking about the leader. Do you think that we have a lot of leaders willing to sacrifice? Christina, Chiu, what do you think?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Do you think that the leader of the in the world right now, any leader, do you think any leader willing to follow one of these things? It's not easy, right?
Yeah.
Not easy at all. They always have something, right? But this is the totally become selfless. That means no ego, no always generous and always honest and free all the hatred and no violence. This is one of the best models. And in this world, you don't see this kind of a leader in this world. Okay. Nowadays. Okay. Betty, go ahead. No, hold on. Let me see. I saw the 1 2 2 1 5 2 8 5 5 6. Can you put your name, please? I would like to know your name. Can you tell me your name and turn on your webcam? May I see you? I would like you to read this thing, but I don't know how to call you. Are you there?
Oh, me?
No. The 215-285-5615. The phone number on the. Okay, Jaden, go ahead and read this one. Go.
Based on these 10 principles preached by Lord Buddha, Ashoka dictated the practice of Dharma that became the backbone of his philanthropic and tolerant administration. Dharma was neither a new religion nor a new political philosophy. It was a way of life outlined in a code of conduct and a set of principles that he encouraged his subjects to adopt to lead a peaceful and prosperous life. He undertook the propagation of these philosophies through publication of 14 edicts that he spread out throughout his empire.
Okay, the edit here, that means you know what does it mean? The edit?
Statements or
This is the order come from the king. Okay.
Okay.
That means the king make an order to the public people. Okay. So what kind of order? This is kind of the new philosophy that he wants to apply to all people, but he applied to himself to do good to all people. That's basically okay. Um, hmm. The Dhamma become the backbone of the hit policy, right? Hit policy. That is really wonderful. That's why he easily help the environment become peace and the people become more peaceful and prosperous life. And this is good. Okay. Okay. This one right here. Phước, are you there, Phước? Are you there? Phước, are you there? I saw you one, and you are not here. Okay. All right. Let me see. Ivan Vom. Ivan Vom. Can you read this one, God? Are you there, Ivan? Okay, you're not there. Okay. Okay. Serena.
One day, while the Buddha and Anand were walking for begging for alms, there were some kids playing on the sand beside the road that they were building castles with sand and clay. One of those kids saw the Buddha walking. He came to the Buddha and offered the Buddha by placing his clay castle into the Buddha's alms bowl. The Buddha and Anand then continued on walking, and he told Anand, after I pass away, around 200 years, this child will be reborn as a great King Ashoka and help my teaching widespread to the whole world. Now we know about this great King Ashoka in India through the India's history.
Good, that's good. Okay, do you understand what's this so far?
Not really.
Not really. Christina, you go ahead and help me to understand this.
The Buddha and someone named Anand were walking, and they saw some kids playing on the sand. They were building castles with sand and clay. And one of the kids saw that the Buddha was walking by, so he came forward to the Buddha and offered the Buddha by placing his clay castle in the Buddha's alms bowl. And what the Buddha and Anand kept on walking. And what the Buddha said to Anand was that after the Buddha passes away in 200 years, the child who put the clay in the alms bowl will be reborn as the great king Ashoka, and he will spread the Buddha's teachings throughout the whole world. And that's how we know about. Oh, sorry. And that's how we know about Ashoka.
Okay, so basically, the Buddha already predict, right? The boy who offered him the castle built by the sand and clay, right? he later on became the king, the great king Ashoka, right? So this is okay. Tell me why offer the Buddha only the the castle built by the clay and the sand, only offer that to the Buddha, and he became the king in the future. Why? How that happened? Who can help me to understand this? Anyone? Can you try? Sophia, you want to try?
No.
No, you don't want to try? One. Arian, you want to try? Anyone volunteer to tell me what's going on here? It took a lot of effort to build a castle. Okay. But even though for that a lot of effort to build a castle, but how could that make him become the great king in the future? That is hard to understand. Christina Chiu, what do you think?
I'm just going off what Fuchs said, but maybe like even though it took a lot of time and effort to build the castle, when he saw the Buddha walk by and he like saw the Buddha begging, he still gave what he had to the Buddha, even though it wasn't a lot of things.
But what made him to become the king?
Um,
Really, the castle built by the clay make him to become a king?
I think it's because he understood how he should be respectful to the Buddha, so he gave the Buddha what he had.
Very close, very close, very close. Okay, anyone volunteer before I answer? Uh, yeah. Phước, you want to say anything? Phước? Okay, okay. So when the boy offered to the Buddha, what Buddha accept? What what is the important thing that the Buddha accept from the boy?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay, when the boy offered the castle built by the clay and the sand, right, to the Buddha accept what? What do you think that the Buddha accept? What did the actual Buddha accept about the offer? If you understand this, you will understand the Buddhism in more. This is the beauty teaching of the Buddhism. Anyone volunteer? Look like no one volunteered there. Okay. When the boy right offer the castle, the sand to the Buddha accept his sincerity. Accept his sincerity is the most important because he very sincere when he offer to the Buddha. That's all. That all it matters. And remember, the Buddha is the Buddha, right? He's the most wisdom, the perfect in wisdom and perfect in blessing. When you give to the one who have the perfect in wisdom and perfect in blessing, what do you think you have? What do you think you will have? When you nearby the great teacher, what do you think you will influence? You remember the story I tell you about when the Buddha and Ananda right walk on the street and they come by to the fish market, the outdoor fish market, right? And the Buddha said to Ananda that You go into the fish store and just pick up the leaf, because in the old day they use the leaf to wrap the fish, right? You just pick up the leaf and hold it within a second and just put it back where it at and just come out here. And Ananda went in and he do exactly what the Buddha said, right? And when he came out, when he came out, and Buddha and Ananda keep walking for a while, and the Buddha asked him, "What do you smell on your finger right now, on your hand right now?" And of course, Ananda said that it smells like fish, right? It smells like fish, very stink, right? And the Buddha said, "Okay, go ahead and wash your hand." And after he did that, and the Buddha and Ananda keep going, and they come to the store, they sell the perfume, right? The perfume. And the Buddha asked Ananda that you go into the store and you don't have to buy anything, just stand there for a minute or two, right? And come out here. And he did. He went out. He went out. And after, okay, they keep walking for a while. And the Buddha asked Ananda, what did you smell right now? I smell like perfume, right? It's a good smell. Do you understand the story so far? So
Yes.
far, Sophia, you understand the story?
Yes.
So what the story teaches us right now?
I'm not exactly sure.
You're not exactly sure what the story tries to teach us? I haven't tell you the whole story yet, but I want you to tell me before I give you the second half. Who know the second half will look like? I think it's Christina. I told you this story before.
Yeah, this is the first teaching you ever told us.
Okay, tell me what you learned from this story then.
I remember you said that if you hang out with fish, you smell like fish by association, and if you like hang out, like if the fish resembles bad people and the perfume resembles good people, so if you hang out with good people, people would think you're good too, and if you hang out with bad people, people would think you are bad too.
Okay, when we hang out with the bad people, we haven't do anything bad yet, but we already have the influence by the bad people, right? Because when the good people see us hanging around with the bad people, what do you think they think? They think we are bad, right? And they want to stay away from us. You see, we didn't do anything yet, but we already smell like fish. Does that make sense, Sophia?
Yes.
This is important. But when we hang around with the good people and we haven't done anything yet, anything good yet, but you know what? We already have a good influence by the good people. Why? Because when the good people saw us hang around with the good people, of course they assume that we are good, right? Therefore, that is a good influence right there. Phước, do you understand that the story so far? Yeah. Yeah, when we make an offer to the Buddha, that means the most blessing one, right? And automatically we will have the good influence from the Buddha. Doesn't matter in which direction, we automatically have that. That's why after 200 years, he became the great king. It's just normal. Does it make sense? Christina Chiu, do you think that makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Oh, it is harder to make a deal with the bad guy. Well, don't hang around with the bad guy. Don't ever nearby them. They will harm you. Okay, I will in the later teaching the next week or the week after, I will teach you how the mind works. For the bad people, And for the people who feel remorse due to their bad past, due to what they have done in the past, right? And also, you will understand how the mind for the one willing to become good person. And I will help you to understand the Buddhist psychology, to understand this kind of emotion. This is important. Okay, so today I will let you see the movie. Um, I think that will be good. This is mm, mm, okay. Give me 1 second. Demi, are you there? I didn't see you, Demi. Con để cái camera xuống con. Ừ. Ừ. Mm. Okay. Okay. All right. Mm, this is what. Okay. Let's do this. Who want to help me to summarize the story at the end? Who want to volunteer? Any volunteer? Otherwise, I will pick one. Jaden, you want to do that? Jaden?
Okay.
Okay, con. Thank you, con. Okay. Hold.
It was sent without weapons.
Can you hear it? Anyone?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Its commander, Prince Ashoka, doubted if this was done deliberately. His father, Emperor Bindusar, had borne many sons from his many wives. Ashoka was born from a commoner. He always felt that his father never liked him. He favored Sushi and Tamush. He was the eldest son and was born to a noble woman. Bindusar's many sons helped him rule over the vast Maurya empire, which now covered almost all of India. Ashok, this was an unimportant and expendable prince. Nevertheless, he decided to proceed with whatever he had. Whoa. Sushil, on the other hand, was enjoying the life of a prince in Patliputra. He was the king to be. But not really saw him suitable for the position. The king slaps me on my head. When he becomes the king, he will not hesitate to strike a sword on my neck. Ministers in the court were looking for a better alternative. Amidst these situations, Ashok returned to the capital high and free. The voters at Ashoka had submitted, stating that they had no problem with the political criminal, but only with some aggressive ministers of peace. Ashok's fame as an astute diplomat spread quickly. The ministers found the ally they were looking for. A few years passed. Old Bindusar, the king, asked the ministers, "Paul Sushim, abroad, to flee his befriended Dr. Srila. He was sent to tackle a French revolt in the region. What's Ashok doing?" He sent him in Sushim's stead. But I want Sushim back. Ministers understood that the king was keen to declare Sushim as the king before he dies. But Ashok had a different plan. Master, Ashoka is grievous. Not in a position to lead the mass. Why? Let me see that. They covered Ashoka with a layer of turmeric to make him look pale, placed medicines and juices around him. Bindusara thought, sick Ashoka posed no threat to Sushil's succession, and he let things be. Take good care of him. Hope you found the video informative and interesting. Please like, comment, and share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more glimpses.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to summarize it?
Yeah. Go ahead, summarize it. Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Okay. Well, in the first part, Ahsoka was dealing with a nearby rebellion in India. Then he came back. Then he came back from the place where the revolt was stationed, and he came back from the revolt peacefully and successfully.
Oh, okay.
When he came back home, the ministers found a replacement for the king's heir because the current heir Susim wasn't really that good of a heir, mainly because, well, he would probably be ruthless to many of the ministers when the king died.
Yep. Okay.
So now the ministers had found a good heir to replace Susim when the king died. But then shortly after Ahsoka was sick, and I think the king let him be because he wasn't in a position where he could rival his or Susim's power.
Okay. But you think that Ashoka really sick?
Yeah. No, not really.
No, he actually minister make him look like he very sick, right? So the king witnessed that, and that means the king thought that he will post no threat to the Tsushima, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So that means the minister really want the Ashoka to become the king. That's what. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. So okay, let me see another part of the movie. Fook, do you want to help me to summarize this?
If you manage a team, you should be using Monday.com. There.
Fook, do you want to help me to summarize the story?
Okay.
Okay, go on.
In just a few days, Bindusara's head worsened. He was now close to death. Where is Sushil? Call him. It's time that he's going to make it. Run, my son! The ministers at this came back with Ashoka, with all the royal armies in Jordan. Samrat, your son's here. Seeing Ashoka with all his help so quickly, Bindusara understood what was going on. You traitors! Bindusara died in his sickness when Sushil was awake. The conspirators declared Ashoka as the new king. What? When Sushim learned that Ashoka was crowned, he was infuriated. Immediately, he with his army rode for the capital. He had the support of many of his brothers and allies. Ashoka was ready. On his way, Sushim saw Ashoka mounted on an elephant, challenging him for a fight. Behind him, he charged. But little did he know that it was a trap. He felt that something was wrong about the ground. Sushi received a strange and painful death. There was no rigid challenger left to Ashoka. He was now the Chakravartin Samrat of Bharat. Hope you found the video informative and interesting. Please like, comment, and share the video and subscribe.
Okay, all right. We stop right here. So what happened then? Go ahead, Phúc. Go ahead and summarize the story.
Venusar died, and so Ashoka was gonna become the new ruler, but Shushim was mad at that, so
He and his brother and all that, right?
yeah,
They what they do?
they try to kill Ashoka,
Mm-hmm. Then what Ashoka?
but they were in a trap.
Yeah, they were in the trap. So they all get killed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Tay, will Ashoka get karma for killing his brothers?
well, he was a very bad king at the beginning, right? Of course, he will get karma. Okay. That's why if later on you will learn about the last battle called Kalinga. Kalinga is the last battle that makes him feel remorse, right? And since then he become he changed it and he become the very good, the perfect king to make up for what he did in the past. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So yes, he did a lot of bad things, but he also did a lot of good things to make it up in the for the bad thing he did. Um, so the bad thing he did compared to the good thing is outstanding, right? It's outnumber. That means it's so many compared to the bad thing he did. So of course, that's why the people become favor him due to his good ruler, right? The perfect ruler. That next week I will share you more when he the king, right? He also makes sure that all religion have the same equal right to practice, even though he favored Buddhism, but he also respect all the religion to have the equal right in practice. That's the beauty of Ashoka. Um, he want to make sure that everyone have the equal right. Um, and he willing to listen to the people to change for the good. Okay. All right, we will stop right here. Do you think that the story so far is good? Right, you learn about the this is the related to Buddhism. So next week we will learn more about this story. And I will also start teaching you about the eight consciousness. That means how the mind works for this kind of people, for the bad people, and for the one who have remorse, and for the one who remorse, and the remorse help him to change into the good people, in the good person, into the good king. How that, for those type of change, how the mind works. Okay. Okay, all right. I think we doing great. Let's see. Let me okay, hold on. Okay, all right. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Patrick, are you there, girl? Patrick, read this thing, girl. Put our palm together.
May
Oh my
every
God.
living being, our mind as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to the great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward, may all whose sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of the endless night. May our hearts are one, because our hearts are one. This world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Okay, good. All right. Um, let's do this. Christina Võ, may I go?
May I be wise?
May I be wise? Okay. All
May I be
right.
compassionate?
May I be compassionate? Demi, may our parent?
May our parents be happy?
May our parent happy?
May our parents be healthy?
May our parent be what?
Healthy.
Happy. Okay. All right. Phước, may our night.
May our night be peaceful.
May our night be peaceful. Okay. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3. Namo Di Phật con ha. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I see you next week. Okay. Thank you.